And I think He gives us opportunity every day to stand up and say, this is an overwhelming task. This is an overwhelming situation. I'm surrounded. I don't know what to do. But you're the Son of God. You can handle this. By the way, I don't know why we're going to feed these people, but I've seen you turn water into wine. I've seen you feed 4,000 people not that long ago. So I figure you can feed them. You could turn the rocks into bread. You could create Chick-fil-A right here in the Middle East 2,000 years ago. Could Jesus do that? Could He do that? I think that's crazy. It's just so He's speaking the world into existence. Of course He could. Of course He could. And this is Philip's opportunity to stand up and say, Lord, I don't know, but I know that You are the Son of God, so I trust You. You know what Philip did? I don't know. So many times, I think God asks us questions and puts us in situations, and it's our moment to stand up and say, listen, I don't know what God's going to do, but I know that God is here, and I know that God is powerful, and I know that God has made promises, and I'm going to trust in those things, and it's going to change the way that I feel about it, and it's going to change the things that I say about it, and it's going to change the way that I respond to it. For we don't respond like everybody else. Christians, young people, listen to me. Christians don't respond to life like everybody else. For we walk by faith and not by sight. That's what Paul is trying to say. There's this great verse in Psalm 46. Psalm 46 and verse 10. And you could read that, but the whole psalm just talks about how the world is spinning out of control. And actually, it kind of sounds like the world today. There are all these terrible things that are happening in the world, right? All these things that I don't like and that I don't understand and that are really have me upset. And what did he say in verse 10? Be still and know that I am God. But literally, it means cease striving. Quit trying to fix it yourself. Quit trying to fix it because you're so smart, or you're so good looking, or you're so athletic, or you're so this, or you're so that, because you're not enough. If you don't believe it, life will beat you upside the head until you figure it out. I want you to be still. I was thinking about my little boy. Before he learned how to tie his shoes. Right? I mean, he's 13 now, but he used to be this little boy. And you would sit down, you were tying his shoes, you're trying to get him ready for Sunday services, and you know what he would do? He'd do whatever little boy, he'd just move his feet around, right? And you're trying to tie his shoes. You're trying to get ready to go. And he's just moving his feet. You ever try to tie somebody's shoes when they're moving their feet like this? I mean, it's almost impossible. And as a parent, I just want to look at my son and say, be still! Would you quit? I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to give you everything that you need right here. If you would just be still. And I think about that, and I wonder, every time I see a little boy, I wonder if sometimes God doesn't look at Wes Hazel and just say, would you be still? Would you quit trying to do it on your own and trust in my power and my plan and my providence? I'll fight for you while you close your mouth. I just want you to trust me. That's what Paul means. When he says, for we walk by faith and not by sight. I don't know exactly how that plays out in everyone's life. I don't know what situation you're dealing with or will deal with. I don't know what choices you're trying to make, what trials you're trying to endure. But here's what I do know. That there is a God in heaven above. And that God is a great God. That God is a God who created us and who sustains us and who gave you the last breath that you took. And that God has made some promises to us. And we can trust in those promises. That changes everything. For we walk by faith and not by sight. That's the challenge for us throughout the rest of the day, throughout the rest of our life. Let's close with a word of prayer. We'll pray for our food, but we'll pray for our spiritual nourishment as well. Pray with me. Dear God, Lord, you are a great God. And Lord, we are humbled when we think about your power and your might. We're overwhelmed when we think about your eternal nature, your power which has no limits, your presence and your knowledge and your wisdom. Lord, they humble us and they overwhelm us. But Lord, even as we are overwhelmed, we know that you have desired us. You have sacrificed for us. And Lord, that you have asked us to trust in you. Lord, help us to have faith. Help us to have faith that goes beyond just the things that we say, but faith that changes the things that we do and the choices that we make, the words that we use, and Lord, even the way that we feel about life. Help us to be a people who are filled with purpose, courage, and peace and joy. Not because we have all the answers, but because we know that you do. Help us to be still and know that you are God. Lord, be with us as we break to eat. Help us to realize that every bite that we take is only taken because you have given it to us. And we thank you for that. And Lord, help us to be nourished so that we might live lives of faith as light in a world of darkness. In Christ's name we pray. Amen. Okay, to dismiss the fellowship hall?
Yes.
You dismiss the fellowship hall.
I don't know if food's in there.
If food's not here, just visit with one another. Find somebody you don't know and talk to them.